And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 chaplain, and these are readings from the Faith and Good Courage Journal found at faithandgoodcourage.com. These are my stories for and from the road, a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. Spring is coming. I can feel it. From my journal dated April 16th, 2026. Spring is coming, I can feel it, started at one of those cold cement tables outside of my local Dunkin. I had my favorite coffee in one hand, you know, the kind that tastes familiar and steady, and I was sitting there lost in thought. Bills, health, the state of the world, the kind of complex things that feel heavier when you're alone with them. Now, the clerk had given me a free donut on my way out. She was so excited to offer it. It was like a prize she had been waiting to award. Now, I didn't have the heart to explain that my diabetes kind of keeps me from enjoying things like that. Her joy, however, was bigger than any explanation I could give. I knew Mary at home would be happy to take it when I brought it, so nothing would go to waste. So I sat there with the small paper bag beside me and finally did something different. Instead of asking God to fix everything circling in my mind, I bowed my head just to say thank you. It wasn't long, it wasn't dramatic. Just gratitude for all the good things He gives me every day. For breath, for coffee, for Mary, for work, and for mercy I don't always notice. When I opened my eyes, He was sitting there just a few feet away. He wasn't asking for anything, just sitting there with a worn-haired dog at his feet. The dog was a mess of fur but plenty of loyalty, the kind of companion that he's seen a lot of miles together. No words at first, just a smile. "Good morning," I said, and he returned it. I held up a small bag. I received a gift I can't really accept because of my health. Would you like it? He smiled again, he took the bag, and when he opened it, you could see a sparkle in his eyes. "It's my favorite kind," he said. His whole face lit up and changed. It's something about watching someone receive something small that feels big. I always ask for a double cup so I don't burn my hands. I poured half of my cup of coffee into the extra cup and slid it towards him. Another smile. Then he said something I won't forget. "Spring is coming. I can feel it." I agreed. I was looking forward to the warmer weather too. There was something about the way that he said it. Not like a weather report, more like a promise. We talked a little more. I told him about the church that I attend and how they have a food pantry. No questions asked. And I said I was sure that they'd have something for his friend too, nodding towards his dog. "That's Pete," he said. "He's my best friend." He told me he didn't have any church clothes. I chuckled and I said, "Do you have clothes?" "Yes," he said, and I smiled. And then I told him, "Then you have church clothes." I wasn't trying to be clever. It was just true. Here's what struck me later. I didn't go there looking to help someone. I didn't wake up planning to minister to anybody. I went for coffee. I sat with my thoughts. I bowed my head in gratitude, and when I lifted it up, I saw someone I might have missed. "Spring is coming, I can feel it," wasn't just a line. It was a lesson. Gratitude shifts your posture. When you stop demanding that God solve everything, you start thanking Him for what He's already done good. And your eyes adjust. You see differently. You notice differently. The donut I couldn't eat became exactly what someone else needed. The extra cup I always request out of habit became a warm hand on a cold morning. Nothing dramatic happened. No music swelled, no one applauded. Just a man, his dog Pete, a favorite donut, half a cup of coffee, and the quiet sense that maybe spring really was closer than it felt. In my roadside reflection, sometimes we bow our heads asking God to fix what feels heavy. But sometimes the holiest thing we can do is say thank you. Gratitude steadies the heart and clears the eyes. And when you lift your head, you might see someone who needs exactly what you're holding. A donut, half a cup of coffee, a reminder that spring is coming. You don't have to preach to witness. You just have to be willing to share what you've been given. Hard to witness without witnessing, but sometimes it's that simple. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.